Beautiful gorgeous babes out there, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a makeup eyeshadow palette collection, so just all my eyeshadow palettes. This is my weakness here, like my obsession. One thing out of all types of makeup I love is eyeshadow palettes, and I just go crazy for them. I do lean more on colorful stuff I prefer, but I do of course have a lot of neutrals because you need your basics. And I haven't been collecting makeup for that long, maybe about 3 years, so I've accumulated a lot in that time span, and I don't have a lot of like the OG palettes that you see in most collection videos, if you do watch those kind of videos, where they have like the naked palettes. I don't own any of those, but I do hope you enjoy this video. Anyways, let's jump into this video. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you in terms of where my palettes are. These are palettes that sit on my desk. These are some like palettes that I had kind of sitting on my desk as well, but this is where I normally store my palettes. So right here is one drawer. I kind of have them organized by color. I have this drawer of palettes, and then I have some other like larger palettes and whatever kind of overflow down here. That's normally how I store it, and of course I keep some on the table, but I'm just gonna show you guys each one and go from there. I have the Sultry Anasazi of Beverly Hills palette. This one is really pretty. I actually only have used it once so far, but I do love like the cool tone shadows in here. Is the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Francation palette. This one is really pretty. I do love this blue right here, but I just have a good, thing of neutrals in there and like a pop of blue right there. This color is also really pretty, but the metallics here are gorgeous. I'll just show you guys how pretty that is. Do you see that? I have the OP Beauty Ocean palette. This one is a little fragile because it came kind of messed up in the mail, but this is an indie brand. I think they're out of Europe, I hope I'm not wrong, but they are an indie brand. Isn't this palette beautiful? Like these metallics here, these are like kind of pressed glitters, but these pops right here, I think it's this really pretty palette. I'll just swatch one. Do you see that? Here. I'm gonna have like so much swatches on me by the end of this video. I have the Natasha Denona Lila palette. Oh, this is so pretty. I love it because it's leaning cool tone. I love purples. You can do a lot of mixed looks with this. Very neutral. You can do purpley, pinky. One of my favorites. I love Natasha Denona shadows. I think they're amazing quality. Of course, they're pricey, but I love them. Then I also have the OP Beauty Rainbow Splash palette. This one is, of course, a very colorful palette. This is not palette for everyone, of course. Not everybody likes colorfuls, but I do, and like this shadow right here is gorgeous. I'm going to show you guys how pretty that is. Then I do have a ColourPop Build Your Own palette that I did a couple months ago, I think, and I put all the shadows that really stood out to me. Of course, I leaned it green and blue and purple with some pops in there. Beautiful. I love ColourPop. I mean, they're just amazing and super affordable. Then I have the OP Beauty Yamaha, maybe that's how you pronounce it. I may be wrong, I don't know, but this is very like mauve-y, darker tone palette. I think this is perfect for the fall, but the pans of course are super huge, and the colors are so beautiful. Like, oh, this green, I said I wasn't gonna swatch all these palettes, but look at me doing that. But very pretty. I just wish it had a mirror. Then I have the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, which, damn, that's giving a glare. This is so pretty right here. This is pretty much mostly neutrals, but they do have a pop of blue. They have this kind of browny green, and they have highlights here. To me, this is one of the best quality palettes that BH Cosmetics has come out with. I have the Too Faced Best Year Ever 2018. I think this was their Christmas palette from 2018. I do love this. This is more jewel tone, more darker tones, a lot of cool tones in it, so I do love it. Came with a blush, a highlight, and the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Then I have the BH Cosmetics Neutral Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette. Honestly, I only have this because I got it as a gift for the purchase. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I mean, I'm just not, I like neutrals, but I of course gravitate to color, but this is great for transition shades. It does have cool tone and like neutral tones. So I have the Alomar Cosmetics palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and these shadows are amazing. I love them. I think they're great quality. This is by I forgot her name. I think she works with BoxyCharm. I can't remember. Gabby, I think it is. But this El Malecon shade, oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna show you guys right here. Oh, so gorgeous. Then I have the Golden Gatsby palette from LA Splash. It's the only one I have from them, but this is what it looks like. And it says, "Darling, it wouldn't be a party without you." Right? Anyway, so this is kind of like a grunge palette, I would say. It's like olivey colors. I don't think this palette is amazing. It was like 20 bucks. I picked it up on a whim from Ulta, but I mean, I still like the shadows, but these I'm not flipping you off, these like metallic shadows are kind of flaky. Do you see that? They're a little flaky. But the Stila palette, I think it's called the Happy Hour palette. I really honestly got it for the glitters in here. They're so pretty. Do you see them? Of course, it's blue, and purple shimmers. The mattes in here suck. I'm gonna be honest. They don't like perform very well. They're very like low impact on the pigmentation, and they're kind of, yeah, they just suck. But the metallics and the like glitter shades in here are phenomenal. Like, this palette is worth it just alone for these shades. Here I have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and honestly I think this is the only Urban Decay palette that I own. I don't own any of the Nakeds or any of the other palettes that they've come out with in the past, but I thought this was really pretty. I like the mix of colors. It is perfect for travel, but it has everything you need and the quality is great. I have the Dominique Cosmetics. Ooh, that is shiny. This is the Berries and Cream palette. I think it's beautiful. Honestly, I just bought this, so I haven't used it much, but I love the colors in here. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Do you see how pretty that is? And so far from what I've used, they're great quality. I love it. The metallics are beautiful. I'm so happy to have this palette. I can't wait to play with it. But I love the berry tones. I have the Fame palette from ColourPop. This is a cool tone leaning neutral palette. I love cool tones. If I'm gonna go for neutrals, I'm gonna go for the cool tone ones. Then I have the Fortune palette. This is more of a warm tone. I don't use this one as much as I use the Fame palette because of course I like cool tones. But then I have the ColourPop Perception palette in the Shayla and ColourPop collaboration, and this one is beautiful. I love this palette. It's one of my favorite ColourPop palettes. I just like the mix of colors. The quality is amazing. I feel like it's just a little step up more from their other palettes. Something about it is special. Then I have the Milani Gilded Rouge. Oh my god, I'm slow. Okay. So this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's purples, reds, pinks. I just bought this, so I haven't used it on the eyes yet. I have swatched it, and I think it's pretty, and they have these two like glitters in there, which I love, having like little glitters to pop on the eyes. Very pretty. The Too Faced Just Peachy palette. This is just an all matte palette with peachy warm tones in it. It's a great quality. I love how it smells. And then I have the BoxyCharm and Pure palette, and I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I do like the peachy tones, and I think some of the metallics are pretty, so I do hold on to it. I have the Dubious Place Nubian 3 Coral palette. Now, of course, if you guys can see, I put corally shade palettes together. Very pretty. I just got this. I have honestly not used this on the eyes, but Dubious Place is one of the best quality shadows out there, and I just want you guys to see. Do you see that? Oh, it's so pretty. It's a Sweet Talk palette, which is a coral toned palette here, and this one is beautiful. It just really is like the glitters, and that has a super shock formula in here, and I love coral tones. If I'm going to use a warm tone palette, I'm going to gravitate to corals in the summertime, and I think this is one of the best ColourPop packaging. Then I have the Yes Please palette. I cute AF. But this is a very orangey, yellowy, warm toned palette. Anyway, so I got the ColourPop Dream Street palette in collaboration with Kathleen Light. Beautiful, beautiful palette. Sorry, that was my phone. This is honestly, I would say, one of my first palettes that I've ever purchased when I started getting into makeup. And this is the ColourPop I Think I Love You palette, and this is a very neutral palette, but a very vibrant palette. Even though it's neutral, like the metallics are like bam, in your face. I love it. Then I have the, this is gonna bother me, the Give It To Me Straight palette, and this is something I haven't used a lot, but they're very mauve pink toned neutral palette. The You Had Me at Hello palette from ColourPop, and this is honestly kind of cool tone to me. At least I think this is kind of cool tone. And then it has like these mauve shades. I mean, this is warm tone, but I do like the mix of colors in here, and of course the metallics and in it is great. Then I have the Good Sport ColourPop palette. I think this came out in fall. This is very, very fall-y. I love the design on the palette, but I love this color combination. It's such an interesting mix and unique, I think, shade combo. And this right here, this EBB, whatever that means, so pretty. I love all of the like gold shades like that. So nice. I have the Elements of Surprise palette. I don't think this is available anymore, but this was like during the early stages of my makeup collecting palette. Wow, I'm talking too much, but this is just a nice mixture of colors. It has peachy, pinky, purpley shades. I love it. I love how they organize the rows. Very easy to think of like a color combination to use. Then I have the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collaboration, the Zodiac palette. Honestly, I haven't used this palette very much, but I think the color combination is beautiful and unique. Then I have the My Little Pony palette, which I don't think is available anymore in ColourPop, but this is a very kind of pastel-y palette, but I think it's interesting. I like the shadows in here. I have the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palette. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm, but I love it. It is a neutral palette, but it leans cool tone, which is what I love. All right, going on to Too Faced. Sorry, I keep shaking the camera, but this is the Chocolate Gold palette. This is one of my most favorite Too Faced palettes that they came out with, and I think that this is still available. This is such a staple. But do you see, oh, the metallics in here are amazing. A Soft Glam palette from Anasazi, Beverly Hills. This is a really pretty neutral, leaning, warm tone palette. I do like it. It's not my favorite, but these are usually just not what I gravitate to. And then I have the Anasazi Beverly Hills Prism palette, and this one actually is my favorite palette. Now I hear a lot of people say that the color combination throws them off or they never know what to do, but I like unique color combinations. I will look at this and it inspires me, and I don't get the same kind of inspiration when I look at a neutral palette, so I just love this so much. All right, so I have the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. I think this is a very pretty palette. I actually really love Huda palettes. I know it's like hit or miss for some people. Not everybody loves Huda Beauty palettes or whatever, but I think they're all amazing. This is one of my favorite ones. I just love the color combination. Ooh, keep hitting the thing. The New Nudes Huda Beauty palette, and this is another one. I love it. It's very berry pink tone. I think it's beautiful. I love the shimmers in here. There's just something so unique about the color shimmers in here. I'm gonna do this one. I just think it's so pretty. Oh, look at that. I hope that translates on the camera, but this is actually another like really good one. Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette remastered. I never did own the other one to be able to actually compare if it's any different or any better, but I love this one. And I hear a lot of people are mixed on this one as well, and I think it's gorgeous. Like, I love these shimmers, and not everyone liked it, or some people said they were kind of hard to work with, but do you see that? I think that's gorgeous. Ooh. All right, so I have the Pure Festival palette that I got from BoxyCharm. I honestly have not used this yet. Like it's still in the box. Very like gives me like desert vibes and stuff, and I like that pop of like fuchsia. I love these glitters. These glitters are really pretty, and I don't know why I have yet to put these on eye, but they have like a gel formula to them. All right, Beach Cosmetics, hanging in Hawaii. Nothing about this screams Hawaii. It doesn't even match the outer carton. I was expecting brighter shades in it, but it is a very beautiful neutral palette. It has a lot of pink tones in there as well, but the quality is amazing. The mattes are really, really buttery. I think it's a great quality palette. All right, next going on to my one Bad Habit palette. I actually bought this from their website. It's called Divine. This one is a very fall toned looking palette. I love this color combination. Magic palette, which came out 2 holidays ago, I think. I can't really remember, but another beautiful fall palette. All right, this is the second Milani palette that just came out. This is the Gilded Noir palette, and this one is leaning more darker tone, more grungy, more like a nighttime look. Then I have the Siharan palette by Dubious Place. Like I said, Dubious Place makes some of the best shadows, I think. This one is not like my favorite color combination. It is more muted, but I still think it is a very pretty palette, and I have used it a couple of times. I think it's great. The Pure Midnight Masquerade face palette. I got this from BoxyCharm as well. It does have 4 blushes in there and like 1 highlight, or 3 blushes and a highlight, and then it has a little dinky mirror. I don't know who would ever use that mirror, and some interesting kind of jewel tone, muted, but kind of on the muted side. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's not bad either. I have the Crown Pro palette. I don't know if there's a name to it, but I got this from BoxyCharm as well. This is a very neutral leaning, kind of warm burgundy-ish palette. I think it's really, really pretty. Like, I like this chocolatey shimmer right here. Then I have the ColourPop Golden State of Mind. This one was also not a very popular palette, but I thought it was great. I think the shimmers are beautiful and look so nice on the eyes. So just all shimmers. Now, most people aren't into all shimmer palettes. I am. I would be fine with just shimmers on my eye, but I think, I mean, they're a little bit more crumbly, but if you work with them, they can be so pretty, like, and sparkly on the eyes. BH Cosmetics, It's My Ray Ray palette. I guess this is the second or third, I don't know, with the collaboration with It's My Ray Ray. But this is so pretty. I love these jewel tone colors, these pops of color. I think it's so pretty. This is from the Texturous and Ipsy collab. This was in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus. I think it's so pretty and interesting. Like, I think people weren't really happy fully with the packaging and the shape of the shadows in here, but this is very neutral. I love this color right here though. Game Changer, such a pretty. I love mustard yellows, but overall I think this is a really pretty palette. I like it. This is also dirty, but this is new to my collection as well. This is the Nataschab Nona Sunrise palette. I love Nataschab Nona. I think these colors are really pretty, totally like sunset, sunrise vibes. That's the Too Faced I Want Candy palette. I had bought this one day when it was on sale at Ulta. Very neutral toned palette, but it has like some cool tones, some warm tones, some neutral, and I like how they're divided in these little quads because they kind of go together, and it helps you if you're not sure what to do. You can look at this and easily see the look that they're trying to gear you to. Like, then I have the BH Cosmetics Opalescence palette. This one didn't come out that long ago either, but it's a very pastel-y, ethereal, kind of fairy palette, like the light pinks, light purples, and then it has like the neutral browns in there. Alright, so I have the Ace Beauty Oceanic palette. I haven't even used this. I just bought this. It's very new to my collection, but I can't wait to put these on the eyes. Look at this. Ooh, I see I still have the insert. Do you see how beautiful this is? Now, I mean, only like someone who would love blues, purples, and greens would really just understand why I love this palette so much, because these are like my favorite colors to wear on the eyes. And like this Mykonos shade, oh, this Mykonos shade is so pretty. Do you see that? Oh my god, I love it so much. I cannot wait to play with this. And then I have the Hasina 2 palette. This is an indie brand as well as the Ace Beauty brand, and it's a UK brand, but another green, purple, and a blue palette. And I love this. I've used this so many times and created various looks. The mattes are great, the shimmers are beautiful, like this one right here, Jade. Do you see that? It kind of looks like the Mykonos shade, but I'm gonna swatch that for you. This is another indie brand. This is from Certified, I think, and I forgot to mention this is Blush Tribe. I think they are sister brands, I think, but another green and blue, one purple in their palette. But this is so pretty. I haven't even used this on my eyes yet, but I have swatched it, and I'm seeing a lot of good reviews about this. But I'm gonna swatch another one. Like, do you see that? It's so pretty. Then I have the Love in London BH Cosmetics palette. I did buy this in the set with the Hanging in Hawaii one, and then they did have like a blush palette with it. But this is a cool toned palette with some muted blues, muted purples, and a bunch of neutral shades. I put it in the blue area because they have these kind of blue tones in it and purple, but it's a very high quality palette. It is on the same level as the Oasis palette and the Hanging in Hawaii palette. I think these are some of the best quality palettes from BH Cosmetics. And then I have the Zodiac Aquarius palette. These weren't actually really popular. People weren't feeling it, didn't think it matched the Zodiac, but they're really great. They're underrated. The shadow quality is great in here. And in person, I like this way better than what it looked like online. Then I picked up the Zodiac Pisces palette, which is a very green leaning palette with neutrals in there. And I love it. It's more turquoisey, green, seafoamy. I don't know how to describe these greens. It's not your regular greens. I have the, oh, I do have another Bad Habit palette. I think I picked this up maybe the same time I got the Divine palette, but this is the Pretty Poison palette. Actually, I don't remember. I feel like I got this later after that palette, but it's a purple tone palette. I have the other Textures and Ipsy palette. This is down here because these were blues and purples down here. This is a leaning purple blue palette. It's very pretty. I think just the same of it as the other Textures palette. Then I have a Face Candy palette. This was when they had Hush. I don't think they have that app anymore, but they came out, or do Face Candy have their own website? I don't remember. But this is, of course, blue and green toned palette. This kind of copied on that Icy Bitch palette that Tarte did for April Fools, and it's really pretty. I think it's pretty good quality, and I've done some really pretty looks with this. Then of course I had to pick up the Blue Moon palette from ColourPop. I'll show you guys here. If you guys haven't seen this, it's been all over social media, but the shadows in here are great, the usual ColourPop quality. And then I have the Semi Precious ColourPop palette. I think this also came during that I Am Magic palette a couple Christmases ago, but very beautiful, all shimmers, more on the muted end. It's my Luck palette from ColourPop, of course. I had to get it. It was an all green palette. Alright, let's see. I think I've only used this like one time. More Dubious Place. I have the Afrique palette. This is a really pretty, unique color combination too, with that pop-up like neon yellow, the green. You could do so many different looks like that with this. I have the Zulu palette by Dubious Place. I love this one as well. It's very vibrant, bright. These shades right here, this lime green shimmer, this yellow, oh, it's so pretty. I picked up the Tribe by Dubious. This is also pretty new to my collection. When I saw it, I had to have it. I was like, Oh my god, they're making a green slash neutral palette. I picked it up as soon as I got a chance to. Recently, I picked up the Tarte's Pro Remix palette. It happened to be on sale at Ulta, so I just thought, hey, it's my chance to try it out. Didn't really own that many Tarte palettes. I have a little mini one, but no big ones, and I love this. This is colorful. Most of Tarte's palettes are usually neutral palettes, so I never gravitate to them, but this one was amazing. It has a good combination of colors. I mean, if you're a matte person, there's only 3 mattes in here, so I mean, I guess this really gravitates to me because I like shimmers. I got the LA Girl Hot Heat palette. Surprisingly, for a very affordable brand, this is really pretty shadows. They swatch really beautiful. The Moods palette by Laura Sanchez. This did come in one of my Ipsy glam bags, and I have not used this yet, but I do like the color combination. It does come with 2 highlights, which would be perfect for the inner corner, and I think it's pretty. I can't say much about it because I haven't really used it. Or now I have the Kat one, the 10-year anniversary palette. This one spoke to me. I was so happy I picked this up. The quality is so nice on these shadows. I love the mattes. This is more of a matte shadow palette than there are shimmers, but the mattes perform well. The shimmers are beautiful, especially this green right here. I've used it so many times. I have the Nataschab Nona gold palette, and honestly, I have not even used this yet. This is also very new to my collection, but I think I picked it up when they had the 20% off at Ulta. Not Ulta, I'm sorry, Sephora. So I finally picked it up, and I'm so happy I did. I have the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I just picked them all up. Now this was another one people weren't full fans of, but I actually really liked it, and for the money I thought they were worth it. This is the, what are they called? This is called, oh, I don't remember the names of everything. Okay, sorry, Dark Magic. And this is one of my favorite ones from the Vault, because I just love greens, and I think this is so unique. I haven't seen palettes like this come out ever before, and I've done a lot of looks with it. Then there's the Ring the Alarm palette, which is warm tone. It's my probably least used one in the set, but I still think it's good. Then I have, oh, it's the Bling Boss palette. Oh, there's my phone. This one is a very purple leaning berry tone palette. I've used this so many times. I think it's great. And then the Armed and Gorgeous. This is another one I've used a lot because I do love those mustard yellows. I love this olive green. Ace Beauty palette. I bought this in a bundle. I have the Ace Beauty Blossom Passion palette. It's so pretty. Do you guys see that? All those pinks. Just the classical Paradise palette. I'll show you the outer packaging. This one was my favorite one from the collection. Slice of Paradise palette. This is a mostly matte palette, and it's a rainbow palette. There is the Paradise Fallin palette. This and the classical Paradise one, and this one is my 2 favorite ones from the bundle. Then I have the Dominique's Cosmetics palette. I also bought this the same time I got the Berries and Cream, but this is her new Rustic Glam palette. I used it one time so far in my eyes. I used the olive shade and the gold, and it made such a beautiful look. Is the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. This is the only Jeffree Star palette that I own, but you guys know why I got it. Because it's blue and green. It's my dreams all in one palette. This is the Flamingo Eyeshadow Palette by Violet Voss. Do you guys see this? This is so pretty and colorful and summery, and it gives me all the summer tropical vibes. Another BH Cosmetics palette that I picked up was the Color Festival 20 Color Shadow Palette. Another really colorful palette, but a very unique blend of colors. Like, they have these like dark, sexy like shimmer shadows down here, and then they have some brighter ones. I love this electronic one, this haze, like lime yellowy green one. It's really pretty to put that one in the corner. Then I have the Nubian 2 by Dubious Place. This one is more of a muted. I'd get more fall vibes from it, but I did create such a pretty look one day with this one and this one and this one like in the center, like a halo eye. I think it's pretty. This Egyptian color is gorgeous. Everything that I love in a green shadow. Beautiful. Then I also have the Magic Masquerade Mini palette by Dubious Place. And when they say mini, it's just because the pan sizes are smaller than from the regular one, but another beautiful palette. I love these shades right here. So you can do colorful and neutral looks. That's what I love about this palette. Then I have the Deuce Palette by Dubious Place. This one is a very interesting pastel-y, different palette. It's very unique. Alright, so my camera decided to shut off, but this was where I left off at. I got the Magic Mini Dubious Place palette. This is one of my favorite palettes from Dubious Place. The Siharan 2 palette by Dubious Place. I actually have not used this on the eyes yet, but I was just so attracted to this color right here, as well as this one and that one, so I cannot wait to use it. Best of Life Violet Voss palette. This is so pretty. I just picked this up. I've done one look so far with it, but it's just, oh my god. Now this is a very delicate palette because of these glitters right here, but these are all pressed glitters and they do have a like gel consistency to them, like it's a mix with a gel to be a little bit more easy to keep it on the eyes, but I would of course definitely recommend a glitter glue with this. And then they have metallics and mattes in the center row right here. The Morphe palette right here. This is the Night Master palette. I got this in BoxyCharm. I actually had one from before and I gave it away, but I ended up getting another one. This is not my favorite. I don't really like this palette, so I'm actually going to be giving this away because I just don't like the quality of it. And I have the Daisy Marquez palette. I don't remember if I talked about this, but in case I didn't, do you see this? So pretty, very unique. The lid does come off and it's supposed to just kind of sit right here like a little vanity, but very unique pastel colors, a mixture of stuff. I love this shade right here and this shade and this shade. So yeah, good palette. But here's the ColourPop Wet palette. And this one is a blue palette, of course, cool toned browns in here. Such a cute little mini palette. Then I have the Semi Precious palette by ColourPop. This also came out during that when the I Am Magic palette came out, I think a couple years ago in the holiday. It is just a all shimmer palette with muted colors in here. I do think it's really pretty. It's such an amazing palette. Like I love ColourPop. This is more like an olivey toned green. Then I picked up, well, did not pick up, but I got this in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus not too long ago. I did take it to me when I went to Vegas, took it with me. But these shadows are very interesting. It's a unique formula. Then I got the BH Cosmetics Moroccan Sunset Palette. I did get this as gift with purchase. Just like a little mini sunset vibed shadows. And then I picked up some stuff from Kaleido Cosmetics. I have not used this palette yet, but do you see this? This is the Aquaholic palette, and this is a different take on a green palette. It's very muted, grungy vibes to it, like the Kaleido Cosmetics, and this is their Vacay Vibes palette. This is also all shimmers, and these are split pans, different setup here, but the shimmers are really pretty in here as well. I have the Natasha Denona little mini palette here. This is the Eris palette. This came out on one of their holiday collections. I do like this matte shade right here, and the shimmers are more like topper shades. I wouldn't say they're like standalone. They look really, really pretty put on another eyeshadow to give some more sparkle to it. Then I have the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette. I think I got this in BoxyCharm as well. Very pretty, good neutral, has some little pop here, a little pop there. I like it. Then I have the Laura Lee Los Angeles palette. I actually don't think I've ever used this palette before, but I did get this in BoxyCharm. And I don't know why I haven't used it. I mean, it's just more neon-y, and I don't know, I need to incorporate it more into my looks, but I haven't used it. Then I have the e.l.f. Rose Gold palette. I've used this many times. I think the quality is definitely there for a cheaper brand product. You know, e.l.f. is so affordable. Ooh, struggling to open that up. But this is just a neutral palette, leaning rosy on there. But I love it. I think the quality is great for what you pay for. I mean, these things are what, like 10 bucks for this? And it's a great travel palette. It's very travel friendly. Then I have Wet n Wild. I have the Not a Basic Peach. These are so good for, I think they're like 5 bucks. But I love peachy tone palettes, and I think this is a really good one. I've used it so many times. And then I have the other one. This is like the Modern Renaissance dupe from Anasazi Beverly Hills. Very, very good quality as well. This is called Rose in the Air. Then I have the two of the Too Faced palettes from the Tutti Frutti collection. Here is the Sparkling Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette. Oh, I love this, guys. This is so underrated. This is such a great travel palette, and the metallics and everything is so amazing in here. I love this. This is like almost like a leaning cream on there, and it's so pretty. I definitely recommend this Too Faced palette. Then I had the Razzle-Dazzle Berry Eyeshadow Palette. Forgot to mention they are scented, so if you don't like scented products, then I wouldn't suggest it. But this is a berry palette, and it is also very good quality, just as good as the pineapple palette. And like this pink right here is just so pretty. The metallics are so creamy. Definitely recommend this. Then I have some more of the monochromatic palettes from ColourPop. This is the Ooh La La palette. And this is the pink palette. I've used this a couple times. It's so cute and pretty. Then I have the other It's My Pleasure palette from ColourPop. This is the purple palette. So pretty. Then I have the Smashbox, this little mini one from their Photo Edit Eyeshadow Trios. This is in Snapdragon. I picked this up on a whim. Honestly, I don't love it that much, but I did get it for like half the price. I like it because I do like mauve tone shadows, but it's nothing to write home about. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think you have to go run and pick these up. I mean, it is trio, and I think they're normally 22 bucks, so way too much for 3 shadows. And finally at the end, guys, I have the Glam Metals Crown Pro palette. I did get this in BoxyCharm, and I do love this. This is very cool tone. All my vibes if I'm looking for a neutral look. These are predominantly shimmer shadows, and then there is only one black matte. But I use this in conjunction with other palettes, and I think it's a really good one. And the shimmers are really nice. I don't have any more space to do swatches. Then last but not least, I have this Tarte palette. I think this is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette. I think it's okay. It's mostly shimmers. It's just too neutral for me. Kind of on the boring side, but the metallics are nice. I did take this on my vacation with me, but I just don't think there's enough variety in the shade combination here. Nothing to write home about. I mean, the metallics are still really pretty. They're not poor quality. It's just not my favorite palette. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my eyeshadow palette collection video. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys thought of it. If you enjoyed it, I love hearing from all of you. And if you have not checked any of my other social medias, they are all linked below. And if you have not subscribed yet, why haven't you? I mean, if you love my face, do it, but no pressure at all. But until next time, bye guys.